Teamwork make the dream work. It do. Life like a movie where the dream works. It is. Betting on myself to make my cream work. I am. Making sound investments to manifest this.
It depends on how it's taken, because if I say something that is considered old school or traditional or whatever, it might be considered toxic, because we live in a society where we have made that to be toxic so that we can reduce masculinity. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's called toxic masculinity.
Why keep feeding into these unstable situations, right? I believe in teamwork, with the male being the fiscal captain. I look at it like this. As men, old school, new school, left school, right school, when you get involved with a woman, it's on you to lead. Now, that's more than money. That's intangible. You know what I'm saying? Do you make her feel safe emotionally, right? Can she trust you, you know what I'm saying, and your foresight to know that you guys are going in the right direction? Do you bring her peace? Ultimately, do you even love her? So a lot of y'all niggas just be fucking for a place to stay. I don't want to be like too misogynistic or too one-sided, but as a man, I do feel that we have to set the tone for what we will allow and what we won't allow. You know what I'm saying? It's either you got more money at the end of your bills or more bills at the end of your money. You know what I'm saying? And I think the consumerism mindset that plagues a lot of Americans causes us to be like, being in debt is normal. Paying interest is normal. Buy here, pay here is normal. Installment payments are normal. 0% interest until is normal. Keeping up now, as you notice, it's companies' goals to stay in people's pocket monthly. Remember, you used to be able to buy things outright. Now it's encouraged. You know what I'm saying? It's damn near one of the lead options. Even subscription.
Even repairs you can get now in installments.
Bro,
you
can get groceries, Uber Eats, all of that buy here, afterpay type shit. Dead ass, bro.
Wow.
You could buy groceries today and have that shit on a 3 to 6 month payment plan.
Wow.
But it's getting that real out here. Because men aren't menning. You know what I'm saying? Because, and I'm not only talking fiscally though. You feel me? I'm that's the least of it. Mm-hmm. The fiscal side of how relationships are being handled when it comes to money is a direct reflection of how things are being handled intangibly. Those little back and forth tit for tat battles, them little, you know what I'm saying, quote unquote intellectual warfare, or my way or the highway, or one trying to one up the other, all that poison in your motherfucking house. You know what I'm saying? All that poison in the essence of your relationship. But motherfuckers is holding on for 2 reasons. Now, I'll say 50% of the time, it's because, you know, you genuinely want to make it work. When you hit a rough patch, you don't want to give up. You know what I'm saying? But then it's that other 50. When niggas say it's cheaper to keep her, niggas know if they let shorty go, ain't nowhere to play the Xbox. You heard?
Cash flow go.
But I just wanted to start off at a more passionate tone, because it's like, I do believe that if a woman with you, bro, while she with you or any event y'all no longer work out, she's supposed to be better off. Yo, it's okay if it don't work out, by the way. Let's not act like we're solely obligated. Yo, you married couples 20, 30, 40, 50 years, wake up some days and just say, it's over. Nothing holds us together. Not kids, not businesses, not houses. Love don't even hold people together anymore. Right? It's almost like, yo, we just gonna ride this bitch till the wheels fall off. You know what I'm saying? If, we on 80 with 2 flats in the Cadillac, The moment neither one of us decide to push, we hopping out this motherfucker. Deal. That's literally what it should be now. But I don't want to get too far off topic. In layman's terms, bro, when two people come together, whether that love is for a lifetime or for a season, you guys should be able to part better off than when y'all came in on all levels, not only financial. But since it's on financial, I believe that too. Floor is yours.
Holy crap.
My bad.
Yeah, nah, that was fucking dope. I agree. I might be confused about what you said. And I believe your last sentiment was what I agree with, which is that we both, as in two people in a relationship, should be able to leave the relationship better than what they were when they entered it.
Yeah, got to, bro. If not, to me, that mean the relationship was a failure.
Right. It was extremely imbalanced. You can, like you said, it was a failure. You can have a successful relationship and still break up.
No,
it
that's
just
a
was
fact.
what it was. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you guys came to the understanding that one matured one way, one matured another way.
Yeah.
Not more, not less, not better, not worse. Just in different ways. And that's just a point of respect that you have to have in order to have the ending of a successful relationship.
No, that's a fact.
If anybody comes out better and the other comes out worse, then one failed the other. And that's why I agree with that.
Right.
And I think that the video disagrees with that. I think that the video agrees with society, which says that the woman should always come out on top, which is why they're allowed to get, I'm not even going to go into it because I'm not trying to get
caught up, seem like.
Nah, not even caught up.
All right, well, I'm gonna interject and say this, right? I don't even deem it societal, bro. I deem it just male responsibility to, like, granted, like, we all don't, it's been times, like, I was making more money than my lady was making more money than me, and then back again, you know what I'm saying? But the thing is right, it's like, it's all about how you guys handle each other in those moments, bro.
I agree.
Because, bro, it was times, bro, being transparent. Like, when things were reversed, you know what I'm saying? I was still there. I held you down. I, showed written, concise plans on how to navigate such hardship. So it was just one of those things where it's just like, yo, don't forget.
My experience comes from 3 marriages.
Damn!
3. You are referring to something that's before marriage and leading up to marriage, I believe. Whether it's current situations, past
we pretty
situations.
much married. We just, not official.
And that's another thing. I've always said to every relationship, I'm going to treat you like I'm married because if that's the ultimate goal, then why not act like that now?
Oh, that's
you
a
get
fact.
what I'm saying?
That's a
so
fact.
that's why I ended up getting married 3 times. Because eventually, when it came to trying to get these, I don't want to say rules, but when it came to trying to get
values and understanding,
when it came to trying to get to an understanding that we can go forward within the marriage, that's where things differ.
Granted, coming up in a traditional way, tradition has now either become null and void or has evolved, depending on how you look at it. It's taken a more progressive tone, right? And then now, things are, I still believe that as the man, you're supposed to set the foundation. Point blank, period. I don't give a fuck how you slice it. I don't give a fuck who, what, when, where, how. And I mean that tangibly and intangibly. Okay, if you can't lay it all, if you don't got all the bricks and the tools to maybe pay the whole rent, all right, pay half of the rent, but then cover the light. You know what I'm saying? Pay majority if you can. Or pay all most if you can, majority if you can't. If you can only do half, or even sometimes less than half, then bro, there are other ways. Maybe, picking the kids up from school. Maybe you got more flexibility in your schedule. Do the things that money can't buy. You know what I'm saying? Pick the kids up from school, help with the homework. Shit, maybe get dinner started. You know what I'm saying? Be a bit more creative in approach. Listen to her, see how her day went. You know what I'm saying? Strategize and game plan with her on how, like, maybe she can improve in her job or her career so that she could go further. Yo, behind every great man is a strong woman. Well, that same applies behind every great woman, bro. A woman that's being loved right, the sky's the limit. The same thing for a man. Where you think, you know what I'm saying, things get discussed and thought out at and processed. When you're able to sit in the quote-unquote locker room with your partner and have those tough conversations. See, now that's another thing. I don't want to get too far off topic, but to have those tough conversations, to have the ability to listen and communicate or give and take or critique and be critiqued. You know what I'm saying? To make the proper adjustments. Do it get tough? Do it get uncomfortable? Can you learn to agree to disagree? Are you able to tame your passion for the greater good, understanding that we're ultimately a team? Or is the ego in place so strong to where it's like, nah, fuck that. Like, it's my way or the highway or this and that. Like, can you navigate those waters?
Word.
Those who have been proven to do so have been able to have that tangible success by keeping the love intact. Now, I don't know what goes on behind people's doors. It get dark. It get grim. And everything you see in the public ain't always what it is. But what goes on behind closed doors anyway is nobody's business.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, word.
It's all good.
I tried to warn you.
No, that's cool. We wasn't going to be able to end off anyway. It was too
Word.
strong of a subject, man. All I'm saying is this. Men, we know what our responsibilities are. Even in this more progressive time, we still have to lay either a tangible or an intangible foundation. And I mean, at the end of the day, like, even as far as the women aren't completely absolved. Like, you know, women, you want to be kept, you got to give us something to keep. You know what I'm saying? And that's really it. But I know it's a case-by-case basis. Ain't no set rules. Ain't no rule book on how this shit go. But do whatever y'all feel works best. But just make sure you're not destroying each other in the process.
I mean, I agree with everything you said. And especially because I think that it's based on where you are in your relationship. And I think he said a lot that speaks to a lot of different levels of relationship.
Only the tangible side.
I mean, you ain't hear yourself. You ain't hear yourself. You ain't hear yourself. So I'm not gonna leave it at that. I think that once you
Oh, I thought you was talking about the dude on the meme.
No. I'm talking about you. I said
my
you.
bad.
Not part of me. I said
my
you.
bad.
You spoke about a lot of different. You said a lot of things that can apply to a lot of different levels of relationships.
Right.
I don't deal with anything under commitment and full commitment, total commitment, any kind of relationship that's going to pretty much lead to a marriage, which is why I've been married 3 times. But that has changed my perspective, whether it be my perspective evolving through 3 marriages or my perspective evolving through how society has been changing and how with each marriage society has presented a new bride. And so with that
also
said,
presented a new groom.
Right.
These niggas different.
Forget them. Me. I was a different groom each time. So let's keep it real.
These are different chapters in your journey.
So I have to respect it that way.
Word.
So when you said that, bro, that hit.
Yeah.
And so with that said, the parts that I disagree with is what I'm gonna speak to, because those have been the reasons why it's been 3, not 1. It's been 3, not 2. So what I'm saying is that society has shown and now proven itself to have created a new female that tradition doesn't have space for. You can't even comfortably say I want a traditional woman, because you now are looked at like, well, what does that mean? You want me barefoot, pregnant in the kitchen? I mean, no. But would that be horrible? You get what I'm saying?
Dudes can't afford a traditional woman, man.
I don't think dudes are being allowed to be able to afford a traditional woman. And I'm saying that here's why. Okay? One marriage, it got to a point where she felt like she was heading towards making more than me. She asked me to be a stay-at-home father. At that point, I was so ingrained with gender roles that I felt emasculated. I felt like, no, I'm supposed to be the breadwinner. If you want to make money for yourself or whatever, cool, but I'm supposed to pay the bills. I'm supposed to whatever. So I kind of fought against that. In retrospect, maybe I shouldn't have.
Right. Question.
You know, in retrospect, maybe I shouldn't have, and I don't regret anything. However, it's an experience that I come to realize that has spoken to who I am today. Question.
Right. Given her career trajectory at the time, do you feel that if you would have greenlighted that, right, been comfortable enough with yourself to kind of at least aesthetically role reverse, do you think that would have helped you guys' relationship immensely, or was you making that decision like kind of like one of the key caveats into you guys splintering apart?
I like that question. I don't know. But
the easy
that's
answer.
the easy answer, right? But the introspective answer is, it might have made things better, but the reason we broke up wasn't because I didn't make that decision. So having made that decision and then breaking up for the reason we did, I would not be here today. And I don't know if it's because I'd be in jail or if it's because of something else. We can get into that if we want to, but the fact of the matter is, that's how serious it was.
Dang.
We broke up because I want to just say this and just keep it surface and superficial.
Yeah, please.
We broke up for cultural differences,
Okay.
which is nuts after having been married and having gone through the things we went through. And I believe she wanted someone who was part of her culture,
Right.
which is the downfall of being quote-unquote black. Not having a country to go back to that we can say is our country, not having a language to speak that we can say is our language. That, you know what I mean? So things like that. They wanted someone, whatever. And so had I made that choice to go home and then we broke up for that reason, bro, that would not have been cool. Had we broken up because I did not do that, in retrospect, I would have said, I regret that. I would have done that. I would take that back.
Have only if the outcome wasn't the outcome.
If we broke up for other reasons,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's cool.
If the outcome wasn't the outcome, that decision wouldn't have been a problem. But the outcome ultimately being what it was, you making that initial decision would have had you would pretty much crash out.
Right.
Okay,
So that's and again, that's in retrospect. So knowing that now, I'm glad I stuck to my guns and tried to be the man that I thought I was trying to be. So
no, trying to be the man you aspire to be. That's all.
I say that because in today's society, the man I was aspiring to be is casted down, is looked down upon. So I'm just keeping my language safe. I guess you could say.
The man you aspire to be is a hidden treasure, bro.
Agreed.
Let's not let.
I totally agree.
Let's not let.
They don't know that though.
Give a fuck what they know.
Let's go.
Don't let superficial things plague your belief. You know what I'm saying? On what a man should be, right?
Agreed.
That and, bro, who gives a fuck? Who has the proper formula? You know what I'm saying? The right ingredients, everything concocted up to say, hey, look, perfect man. Boom. You know what I mean? Drink this serum and soon as you swallow, pause. Like, soon as you ingest, pause. But soon as you absorb this, that now you got all the answers. Yo, none of us have all the answers. Bro.
I agree.
None of us have all the answers. The fact of the matter is this. When you wake up and you look in the mirror, when you go before you go to bed at night, you happy with the man you see, and you grateful for the person you sleeping next to, everything else will figure itself out.
Again, you talking to a man who's been married 3 times. I
Right.
agree with that.
But three times in on a realm of discovery of finding who you deem fit for your alignment and understanding of how you want to live. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It could be 3 more times. It doesn't matter. It's the fact that I get what you're saying, but what I'm saying is this, right? Do you let lack of understanding from the current partner and the previous 2 destroy your aspiration?
Of course
Pain
not.
is a motherfucker, but I'm just saying.
Of course not. No. And just to be clear, there's no lack of I have the best understanding in the current relationship. So I don't want anybody thinking that because I'm I'm just saying it. Say it out there.
No doubt.
I don't want anybody to think that because I bring something up, I'm going through it. You know, people think that when you post shit like that and stuff like that. I'm hoping that we more mature than that. So just to throw it out there, I'm with the woman who has the best understanding of the man she's with that I've had and that I could have asked for. So let's just throw it out there right now.
We can't do names, right?
I ain't gonna do names.
You know who you are. Shout out to you.
Not yet anyway. She'll be out here one day.
Let's go. Couple pod.
But the fact is, well, I gotta stop saying that shit. But I've dealt with situations, I've heard situations, and those are the ones I want to bring up, where a man can be doing the best he can, and whether we want to agree with societal pressures or not, they are there.
Oh no, that's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? And
that's a fact.
It's when a woman starts to make it to the point where now all of a sudden most men aren't even good enough anymore. That's what it is.
Yeah, it depends on who in their ear. Some we put right.
Environment.
Go ahead,
matters. But I'm gonna point on that one last. Go ahead.
Yeah, environment matters, bro. I've been in situations where women who wanted my lady at the time spot would throw mud in the water. Wasn't making more, wasn't nothing. But just because the fact that she was running around and that night nobody wasn't knocking the Mario coins out her shit, you heard? That like
bring, bring.
She found a way to infiltrate.
Yeah.
And you know, my lady ultimately bit at the time when we ended up parting ways over something very minuscule. And I think to this day she regretted. You know what I'm saying? And you know, it is what it is. You feel me? I also look at it like nothing's perfect. People come into our life for a reason and a season, and we gotta take the necessary things from those experiences to strive for a better self. Now, do you like every person you get with? Do you aspire for them to be the one? Of course. Why would you do anything for any other reason other than that? But we also gotta understand that we gotta give ourselves grace while going through this journey and experience called life, you know what I'm saying? And I'll kind of like leave it there, bro. Like, no matter where you at in your journey, don't let nobody else's pace or what they're showing you make you feel less than at no point in time. If you're not gonna feel inspired, then don't feel it all, or do your best not to feel it all. Obviously, that's a tall task, but just always try to keep it on the positive and always know you're always going to be more on your way than falling from grace. And I'll leave it there.
All right. So I said I was going to end it off on influence, because that's a big thing for me. Where, again, I've seen it throughout every relationship I've had, not just marriages, where I'm talking to someone and because I'm with them, I'm trying to have an influence on them. Just like because they're with me, they're having an influence on me. You get what I'm saying? And when we now live in I've never had a relationship where social media has such a part of the relationship. Whether it be a complaint made by her, or you always on social media, or him, you always, whatever the case may be, the influence that we all are around now is just so crazy.
Right.
When I'm having conversations and I'm hearing trendy phrases that sound like they're just meant to brainwash people or whatever, it's like, who am I talking? Am I talking to you? Are you a thinking person? That's not even your thought.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Or if you see 10 women walk down the street with the same damn style or look because some celebrity wore it, it's like, would you have worn that style if that celebrity would have? So that influence has such a strong force over males or females. And when I say style, I'm talking about a male's style, because these men nowadays, I'm sorry, I cannot. Happy shit, I'm sorry. Yeah, for real. But point is, I'm comfortable with these shits.
Edit.
Whatever. But I just feel like we only got to this point because we were influenced by celebrity, fashion, or whatever. And those influences used to be individual or individualized. It used to be seen in one person or one group of people.
Right.
I'm talking about it now being in a relationship now. You get what I'm saying? Where you liked your lady a certain way, but now because a certain style comes out, they start doing that style, and it's like, but I thought we were against that. You get what I'm saying? For example, and this is, I'm not gonna give an example, but this goes with the change of fashion, I guess, because that's the excuse that is always being given. You know what I'm saying? Fashion changes. I'm like,
evolution.
To me, it's just basic bullshit excuses to try to control you and how you live your life. That's just me. I don't subscribe to a lot of the shit. I don't wear a lot of the shit.
Right.
So I don't have to agree with it. And I'm proof positive that I don't think that everybody has to agree with it. So I think that this influence that we're having placed upon us, we are engaging in it by choice. Or even if it's not by choice, once we become aware that we are being influenced, we have then a way to fight back, or we have then a point where to fight back.
It's way simpler than that.
But then you get the influence by your spouse or your partner or other males or females to continue doing it.
It don't matter about the external.
It don't. It shouldn't matter.
It's about how you identify with self.
That's how it should be.
If in theory, right, if the outside world becomes too much, the power of isolation, meditation, just taking moments to cope, use your introvert coping mechanisms just to get yourself realigned and refounded. You know what I'm saying? To allow yourself to bear with those pressures. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, we're all influenced by what we see, what we eat, what we feel.
I don't
you know
agree.
What I'm saying?
You keep saying these long. I gotta start disagreeing.
I hear you. I mean, I'm not. But this is what conversation is.
Of
you know
course,
what I mean? Your perspective is yours, mine is mine. All I'm saying is that before we even get out into the world, everything starts from within, and you just gotta find your place in what seems to be, this world, and find your place and just be. Plain blank, bro. That's just where I'm at with it. Shit. That's all I got for episode 3. If bro want to continue, carry on.
I ain't gonna continue. I'm gonna leave it at that because it's so much.
Going,
I believe in perfection. I believe in something I just, you know what I'm saying. I just from a different perspective.
Right.
So we can keep on going, but we just gonna pause it.
Teamwork make the dream work. Life like a movie where the dream works. It is. Betting on myself to make my cream work. I am making sound investments to manifest this.
That was long. What?
But by accident,
Word.
I ain't even mean to. It's just like when you get the going, bro. That shit.